Hello, my name is Fox and you're watching Den of Fools. Let's jump right in. In week 51 and 52 of 2022, we had 15 tournaments with a total of 160 players and 239 games played. Understandably, there were a lot less tournaments over the Christmas period. This week, Sisters, Chaos Demons and Thousand Suns all got 2 wins, with Sisters narrowly topping the charts with a higher number of top 3 finishes. The 9 factions in green all got 1 win, with the Space Marines topping this group courtesy of the 7 top 3s. The Imperial Guard, Necrons and Tyranids come next with 3 top 3 placings, followed by 4 armies with 2 top 3s and Chaos Mix come in last with a single win. The Custodians and Death Guard top the factions in yellow with no wins and 3 top 3 placings. There were 3 more factions in yellow, with the Orcs rounding out this group with 1 top 3. There was only 15 tournaments, so there was not a lot of opportunities for a top 3 place, with the 8 factions in red unfortunately missing out. We move on to tournament win rates, which range from 83.3 to 0%. We have grouped the win rates by colour, so you can easily see how well each faction is doing. 6 factions are in the blue group with a win rate of 60% or above. The 8 factions in green are close behind in the 50% range. The 3 yellow factions are in the 40%, with 8 factions at the bottom which have a win rate below 40%. It's time to give a special thanks to our resident stat guru and Ultramarine fanboy Fearless Fox for collecting all the data. Here we have part 1 of the full army stats for a total of 25 declared factions. The Drukhari top the win rate, with the 2 players achieving an impressive 83.3% win rate. The Votai come next on 72.2%, with Harlequins and Chaos Mix on 66.7%. Tyranids, who had the joint second most players with 13, got a 64.1% win rate, with Chaos Space Marines just getting in blue on 60%. There are 8 factions in green, with Chaos Demons and Genestealer cults topping the group, achieving a 58.3% win rate. Tower close behind on 57.1%, with Sisters and Custodians both getting 54.2%. The 5 Imperial Knight players got 53.3%, with the 13 Guard players achieving a win rate of 51.3%. The Orcs just managed to get in green with a 50% win rate. Necrons top yellow with 46.7%, followed by Death Guard on 42.9%. The Space Marines get a win rate of 41.7%, and were unsurprisingly the most played faction, with 17.5% of all players taking Space Marines. Thousand Suns topped the red group on 37%, however they did manage to win the only tournament with 20 or more players. Chaos Knights, Yunari, Admech and World Eaters won a third of their games, with Aldari getting 26.3%. It is important to note that there were not a lot of tournaments played, so some factions only had 1 or 2 players, which has led to some extreme win rates. For example, the bottom faction, the Grey Knights, had a 0% win rate, but there were only 2 players in 6 games played. Up next, my new favourite section, the Space Marine Chapter Breakdown. Space Marine players usually always declare their chapter of choice, with only 2 players out of 28 where the sub-faction is unknown. The glorious Sons of Sanguinius top the win rates, with the 4 Blood Angels players getting a win rate of 66.7%. The Space Wolves top the green group, with a win rate of 58.3%, followed by Fearless's favourite blue boys, the Ultramarines, on a 55.6% win rate. The Death Watch and Iron Hands get 50%, just getting in green, with 4 chapters in red. The Dark Angels are the most played individual chapter, but their 5 players only managed a win rate of 26.7%. The 2 Raven Guard players come last, unfortunately losing all of their 6 games, giving them a 0% win rate. This week we saw very few Chaos Space Marine Legions, with only 5 players in total. The Emperor's Children and Black Legion both got a 66.7% win rate, with only 6 and 3 games played respectively. There was a single Iron Warriors player, who won a third of their games, but only played 3. The Chaos Space Marines got a better win rate this week, with the Lures having more wins than top 3 placings. Although with so few players, it is difficult to make a fair comparison. If you enjoyed our content, please like, comment and subscribe, it really helps the channel grow. For other ways to support us, please check out the links in the description. Remember, in the grim dark of the 41st millennium, there is only war, so we'll be back next time with more stats. Thank you for watching.